never. Doesn't know how to do that. Might appear that he's not listening and looking at you, but he's always there. He's always, always looking, man. Yeah. Good morning, Magic. How you doing? And your beautiful daughter. Good morning to you all. 28 minutes on to 7 o'clock. That is a time. And Catherine, Philip, and Mary Banks, they're saying good morning. Good morning, says Mary. And Catherine says, good morning, Grenada. Good morning, Innocent. Have a wonderful weekend. Well, I'll do my best. I'll do my best, of course. Reaching out and saying good morning to the folks at Captain Harris. Yeah, good morning, Captain Harris Apartments. Good morning to you all. Captain himself, good morning, bro. Yeah, the inclemency of the weather and other circumstances debarred me from participating in that event on Saturday. I think you were supposed to launch another bus stop out there in Mades. We are unable to communicate, but nonetheless, I'll be on top of it. Yeah, wonderful gesture as always. I always, And there are some things that are coming out of that anyway, but nonetheless, we'll talk that differently. Sharon Bartholomew says, good morning, everyone from Northern Virginia. Wishing everyone a blessed Friday and a wonderful weekend. Sharon, you do likewise, all right? And I want you to be singing that song for me. I'll be home for Christmas. Make sure you be here for Christmas, all right? Arthur Langine, good morning. How do you do? He said, good Friday morning, my brother. Say hello to Miss Jesus. Are you something else? You really something. You're real. As Randy Isaac said in song, you're very provokeful. You're not provocative. All right, Miss. Okay, Miss Jeremiah, Mr. Langine says good morning, all right? Nice, good. Yulin Alexander says good morning, Gordon. Good morning, Grenada, Carrico, Martinique, all on this fantastic Friday. Have a blessed, wonderful, safe weekend, everyone from New York. Monica Mayros Williams, a pleasant good morning from Miami. All right, while they tell Kathy and Kenneth and Solange and Zuri good morning for me likewise, okay? Yolan Swan says, blessings to you, Mr. Joseph. I hope your night was well spent. Good morning to everyone. Let me say thanks to Nawasa. Yeah. Happy Friday to everyone. Nawasa, thanks on behalf of the folks of Upper St. John in St. Andrew, all right? Yeah, I believe in you, I believe. I mean, the things are, sometimes they go wrong, but I believe you all have good intent. You understand what I'm saying? So thanks on behalf of Yolan and the rest of the folks out there in Upper St. John in St. Andrew. Saying good morning to the entire parish of St. Andrew this morning. Yeah, from Cafe Lambert Bridge right up to Pointsville Bridge. You understand what I'm saying? Good morning. Yeah. All the intertwining villages. Good morning to you all. Nonetheless, folks, let's see what's the word of the day today. And that word of the day today, it is a verb. It is a simple word. It is a 5-letter word, not a 4-letter word, a 5-letter word. And it is the word augur. Augur, A-U-G-U-R. Now, what augur means is to show or suggest, especially from omens, that something might happen in the future. It is used most often in formal speech or writing. Augur is often followed by an adverb such as well. It doesn't augur well. You understand? Good. Okay, so let me do that again. Augur, that's the word of the day. A-U-G-U-R. It is an action word. It is an action word, a verb. And to augur is to show or suggest, especially from omens, that something might happen in the future. Now, it is used most often in formal speech or writing. augur is often followed by an adverb such as well or good. All right. Now, here's how we can use the word. The downturn augurs badly for the success of the business. All right. The downturn suggests or show that the business is going to go through a rough patch because of certain circumstances, the downturn, okay? We can also say this bad news could augur disaster for all of us. Yes, COVID augured disaster for a lot of businesses in the early stages of COVID. When for folks like me who look at the international news and we saw what was going on outside, we were saying, this trend that I'm seeing in the US doesn't augur well for businesses in Grenada. And perhaps it happened, yeah? A lot of small businesses went down, under. Some are still trying to rabble, and I was about to make a statement, but it would be prejudicial, so I won't, but nonetheless. Okay, folks, we've got guests this morning. I should be joined by Mr. Purcell from the Nexa Credit Union, so we look forward to that conversation. All right, let's say morning to Nadisha now. Nadisha loves the thought of the day. Good morning to Cafe, Crowshoe, Pomrose, Sea Wet, and those places. Good morning to you all. Bacolet, Mama Can, Munich, good morning. Right, good morning. Okay, so the thought of the day. Remember that the past is not your future. Tomorrow is another day with new opportunities. Be forward rather than backward looking. If you choose to drive your car while looking in the rearview mirror, you are inevitably going to crash. Yesterday is gone forever. What we have is today, and we hope for tomorrow. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Remember, tomorrow is not promised, but we hope for it. We have faith because morning by morning, new mercies I see. So we expect in the morning we have the mercy and the grace that He extends to us. I would see another day. But all we have is right now. You understand what I'm saying? So make the best of it right now. Don't look back. I mean, of course, sometimes you get certain vibes by, checking on things that happen. So you know what not to do. But don't be a prisoner of the past. That's not how life goes. You understand? A lot of the enemies would love to see you do that. So they keep bringing up your past and bringing up, and you remember when she did this and when, you stayed in my past. I'm not staying there. I've moved on. New chapter. You understand what I'm saying? Nice. Good, folks. So that's the thought of the day. Kitty Cat, good morning to you. And, right, so buzzing this morning, of course, the hunting season is on. All right, it started on the 1st of October and will end on the 31st of December. You can now legally hunt the manikou, the tattoo, the iguana, the ramier, the monkey. Of course, remember, be mindful that you need to seek permission from property owners if you want to hunt or you want to trespass on their property. Let's not trespass. Ask the permission and then you can go through. If they say yes, yes. If they say no, well, it's a red light. You can't. Okay? And opposing that could land you in trouble. All right? Good. Nice. Mary in Harford Village, good morning to you. Yeah. How do you do? How Harford Village doing? Basil, Bernstein, Calliston family. Morning, bro. Glance you in tongue day before, boy. But we couldn't talk. I was not in a position where we could have stopped and talked. Morning to you, Mr. Carlton, George, and family, the congregation at the Walker Church of God. Good morning. Yes. Nice. Okay, police are seeking assistance of the general public in locating Randy Emmanuel Patrick Ash Elias Power He is 45 years old, a construction worker of St. Paul's in St. George. Now he is 5 feet 5 inches in height, medium built, dark in complexion, with brown eyes and black hair. Mr. Ash is wanted by police for questioning in connection with the offense of housebreaking and stealing and attempted rape. Now this is serious. Okay, this is serious. Housebreaking and stealing, and then you compound that with attempted rape. That's a problem. So because of that, anyone seeing Randy or has any information about his whereabouts is kindly asked to contact the CID St. George's at 440-3921, the St. Paul's Police Station at 440-3224, the emergency number, which is 911, police hotline at 444-1958, or the nearest police station. Now, please be mindful that this suspect may be armed and dangerous and should be approached with caution. All right? Please be mindful of that. All right? Nice. All right, so that was yesterday. The Youth Parliament discusses the issue of marijuana. That marijuana issue is not going anywhere anytime soon. So those are the buzzing stories at the moment. Before we run off, I want to just engage here a bit. All right. Cheryl Seeley, blessed morning, happy weekend to everyone. Cheryl Charles, God's blessings, God's blessed morning to everyone in Grenada. Have a safe weekend. Frances Buckmeyer says, blessed morning to all. Spice Queen, stop eating those poor animals, especially monkeys. Yeah, I agree with you. I don't understand how you could eat monkey, you understand? How you do that? How do you start? It's like eating a child, man. Come on. Some folks like it. Madelson Fillet, Grenadians demonstrating in front of the U.S. Embassy could augur catastrophic results for Grenada's relationships with the U.S. Word in place. Yeah, word in place. You know, last night I had the privilege of listening to a Palestinian who now lives in the U.S. As a matter of fact, he is the son of one of the founders of Hamas. And, you know, his comments were very interesting. You know, I don't want to get myself into that web of for or against. I am a humanitarian. I don't think lives should be, it doesn't matter on either sides. I don't think lives should be taken. Okay? But I don't want to get caught up in that web, you know, as to protest. I mean, the reality is, what sparked it, in my opinion, is that 7th of October incident with Hamas going over in Israel and slaughtering. It might be far-fetched from that, but that was when, in my opinion, it was triggered. The folks who are siding with Palestine have their rights. Those who are siding with Israel have their rights. But amidst this, my take is lives, non-military lives are being taken, and that is a problem for me. You know, that is a problem for me. So who want to be for, that is your business. You want to be against, that is your business. You on this side or that's your business. But in the midst of that, innocent lives are being lost and taken violently, and I have a problem with that, and I end my case here. Folks, we've got to end this segment. We've got the AM edition of News, Sports, and the Weather forthcoming. Those of you on the television platform, we've got a rebroadcast of last evening's television news. Stick and stay with us. We'll be back.
It's a happier holiday when every wish and dream can come alive for those you love and cherish with a loan from Nexa Credit Union. Just think of the experiences you could share, the surprises you could gift, and the memories you could make with a little extra in your pocket this Christmas. Our Happier Holiday Loan is about the happiness and warmth it can bring, because there's no need to worry. Unwrap more than just gifts. Experience heartfelt connections and joyous celebrations with family and friends. Get up to $50,000 for home furnishings, renovations, gifts, and more while enjoying easy repayment terms, affordable interest rates, and quick approvals. So, dream a little bigger and enjoy discounts galore at our favorite partner stores. Make your holidays happier with Nexa. Call us at 440-1354. Visit our website at nexacreditunion.com or email us at loans@nexacreditunion.com. Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
Thanks for joining us. A young woman whose name is caught up in a scam is seeking to clear her name. Christina John tells us more.
Stop living from paycheck to paycheck. If you have a bank account to PayPal, you can start working from home now or on a weekly basic earning up to $2,800 weekly, better than staying home and doing nothing. Request a laptop or smartphone if you are interested. Ask now.
That's the post that left Sonicia Eno perturbed. Eno walked into the GBN studios Thursday in an attempt to clear her name. She told GBN that her photograph has been used as part of what she believes is a scam circulating via the Facebook platform. Eno said she became aware of it after receiving several phone calls from individuals who allegedly lost finances as a result.
My name is Sonicia Eno. I am basically here today to clear my name regarding a post that is circulating on Facebook. I just want to let the public know that it is not me. I've been in contact with a number of persons regarding that post. I've received calls with persons requesting information about that post, and based on what was explained, I know nothing about it.
She is sending a message to the perpetrator to cease using her identity.
Personally, I have not received any money on anybody's behalf, and I don't know who the money was sent to, and I'm not responsible for any money that was lost. So I just want to say, stop, and whoever is involved, come out of it, because it's not me.
Jovis Dabrio, CSERT coordinator, reiterated Mrs. Eno's sentiments, adding that he had flagged the post a few weeks ago, warning people against getting involved.
We are aware of the use of Miss Eno's image by bad actors on Facebook. As a matter of fact, it was brought to our attention yesterday by a young lady who, seeing the advertisement, reached out to the entity, not knowing it was scammers, and in the process of looking for employment, wanting to be gainfully engaged, ended up losing approximately $1,000. The advice for the general public is, when you see these things, do not just assume that because you're seeing the image of somebody, a local person, or the Grenada flag, that the local persons are aware of it. Bad actors are going to, from time to time, comb the internet, comb social media. They are going to pull people's pictures. They are going to use that as part of their technique, social proof, to dupe others into thinking that locals may have gotten money, may have gotten the opportunity, and they can as well. It always makes sense to step back and assess what is before you engage with them.
Christina John, GBN News.
Well, the Pan American Health Organization has partnered with the Ministry of Health on a new initiative that will help healthcare workers in the management of cardiovascular diseases on island. The initiative was launched in the hospitality room at the National Stadium today. Rena Thomas reports.
HEARTS is an established model of care for cardiovascular risk management with a special emphasis on the control of hypertension and secondary prevention in primary health care. This new global strategy is led by the Department of Non-Communicable Disease and Mental Health within PAHO and seeks to promote the adoption of global best practices in the prevention and control of cardiovascular diseases. It will also aim to improve the performance of the services through better control of high blood pressure and the promotion of secondary prevention with an emphasis on primary health care on the island. Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Health and Wellness, Naomi Jeremiah, outlined the positive impact of the initiative on health practitioners and the health sector.
The clinical guidelines impacted in our healthcare professionals will enable them to better monitor and evaluate patients affected by NCDs within our population, especially at the primary level. Our health professionals will acquire from HEARTS knowledge, skills, and will empower them to only enhance their competencies in the execution of their duties, but will also enable them to impact their knowledge to the patients and the caregivers, which would ultimately result in helping them to become more accountable for their health.
The PS said the initiative will not be a success if Grenadians do not take charge of their health choices.
We as a nation, each individual must take account of their health. We at the ministry cannot do it alone. That is why our partners are here today. Being here today is a welcoming activity, but without our patients and our population being on board to realize that they have to account for their health. They have to take control, manage their lifestyle. A healthy lifestyle begins with all of us making correct choices.
PS Jeremiah went on to state that 80% of Grenada's deaths are as a result of non-communicable diseases, which can be managed.
According to the current epidemiology report from the Ministry of Health, Wellness and Religious Affairs, non-communicable diseases account for over 80% of deaths in Grenada. This was done in 2019. During that period under review, the top 3 causes of death were recorded as ischemic heart disease, stroke, and diabetes. Hypertension and diabetes have remained among the 10 causes of death for the past 5 years.
HEARTS was officially launched early today at the Hospitality Room at the National Stadium. Rena P. Thomas, GBN News.
Today marked a significant gathering in the Caribbean region as the inaugural International Men's Day Regional Conference was held at Radisson Grenada Beach Resort. Beverly Telesford has this report.
This conference brought together individuals, professionals, and leaders from across the region with a common goal of promoting dialogue and action on issues related to men's well-being and societal roles. The theme of the conference, Men Matter, Embrace, Empower, Elevate for Positive Transformation, encapsulates the regional leaders' commitment to addressing crucial aspects of men's lives. Speaking at the opening ceremony, Minister for Community and Social Development, Housing and Gender Affairs, Philip Telesford, emphasized the significance of today's conference. He called upon the participants to engage in open and honest conversations about how men can fulfill their roles and responsibilities effectively.
These small island states of ours, we share a common bond and a common reality. The reality of family and family values that stood as a bedrock for generations, where the village raised the child and instilled values in the child. Those influences are seemingly being lost today.
Telesford said this inaugural conference would serve as a foundation for future events and become an annual meeting for discussing and promoting men's well-being in the region.
This conference is the first of regional conferences that we expect to happen every year. And this regional body of organizers will not abandon ship after November 19th, but we will continue to meet and be able to pass the baton to a successful bidder country to hold the 2024 conference.
Founder of International Men's Day, Dr. Jerome Tilak Singh, said the aim of this year's theme is to send a positive message to the men in the Caribbean.
The topic is very relevant for the 21st century, and our men need such a gathering. Our men, especially those who are disenfranchised, those who feel alienated, those who feel marginalized, we want to send a positive message. The topic, embrace and empower. So very important.
International Men's Day 2023 is a global observance that highlights the positive contributions and achievements of men while addressing important issues affecting their health, well-being, and gender equality. It is observed each year on November 19th, providing an opportunity to focus on men's well-being and the challenges they face in society. Reporting for GBN News, Beverly Telesford.
A memorandum of understanding was signed between the Grenada Steel Band Association and the Ministry of Youth, Sports, Culture on Thursday. The MOU signifies a collaboration that will ensure the development of the steel band movement in Grenada. Renapet Thomas has this report.
With an aim to preserve and develop the art of steel pan in Grenada, the Grenada Steel Band Association and the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture signed a memorandum of understanding on Wednesday. Placing his signature on the document on behalf of the Steel Band Association is President Victor Ashby.
Grenada Steel Band Association considers this moment groundbreaking. And because we're going to sign something, I will also call it a red letter moment. As the cultural officer intimated, this is the first time the Grenada Steel Band Association is at this level relative to prospects. The signing of a memorandum of understanding between our lead ministry, Culture, and the association.
Ashby outlined the three of the four elements stipulated within the MOU.
The establishment of a secretariat, a home, administrative and management home for the Grenada Steel Band Association, preserve and consolidate and develop the bands registered, all bands registered now with the Grenada Steel Band Association, deliver at least one structured and functional performing band, steel band, in each parish, including Carriacou and Petit Martinique.
Minister for Youth, Sports and Culture Ron Redhead says the government is committed to enhancing culture on the island.
Government is committed to building traditional mass, and we are also committed to building out pan throughout the length and breadth of Grenada. So the intention in signing this, as Mr. Ashby said, is not to leave it to take covered. It is to be a living and working document that we can refer to ensure that we are achieving the strategic goals of PAN in Grenada.
Renapet Thomas, GBN News.
The group Grenadians for Justice for Palestine will take its appeal in the form of a protest in front of the U.S. Embassy in Lansapine next week. The group continues to call for an end to the killings in Gaza and other occupied territories. Christina John has this report.
That it is a peaceful protest, a peaceful march. It is not anything involving a particular group, whether you Muslims, Christians, Jews, Arabs, or whatever it is. It is people across the globe including Grenadians who would like to see peace.
Solidarity continues as Grenadians for Justice for Palestine Committee seeks to send a strong message for peace to prevail. An ad hoc committee established about 2 weeks ago is planning to stage its second peaceful protest in the coming week. Siddiqui Sylvester, a member of the committee, spoke to our news desk in an exclusive interview on Thursday.
To start with a silent, I wouldn't say it's a protest, or we're going to line the streets around the Wall Street area, Tamon Park area, with various placards from about 7:30 in the morning, so that people are aware, if they're still not aware of what is taking place. And hopefully at 9 o'clock, we will have a very peaceful march to the American Embassy in Lansapine, where it is our intention to present to the American Embassy a statement from the group, again calling on them to ask their government to cease all funding and support for any killings that is taking place in the region.
As this group of Grenadians join other like-minded individuals globally, Sylvester believes their voices are being heard as the messages are all the same. Stop the killing.
The most appropriate thing is for them to see the type of response from the Grenadian people to what is happening, so that they understand that it is not a small group, but just a few individuals who express the sentiment for a ceasefire and for a stop to the financing of the killings in Palestine. But at least there's a cross-section of Grenadians across the board who do not support it, and who would like for the American government, who believes, they say, in democracy and believes in fair play, to impress upon the people in their Senate and in their Congress to stop the funding.
To allay the fears of people expressing concern that Grenada might be targeted, Sylvester had this response.
My response to that is that there are many people, Israeli citizens, inside Israel and outside of Israel, who would like to see a cessation of hostilities, who want to see peace. And unfortunately, there is a group who do not see the same thing. We're not asking people to come out and block the streets and stop traffic, etc., like they do in some countries. But what we're saying is that people across the world, including people in Israel, would like to see a cessation of all the hostilities that is taking place.
Chrislina John, GBN News.
The Royal Grenada Police Force is again urging Grenadians to make the extra efforts to safeguard their homes and businesses during the Yuletide season. Here's the report.
Traditionally, in addition to the merriment of the Yuletide season, there is usually an increase in criminal activity, particularly theft. It is against this backdrop that the Royal Grenada Police Force is appealing to the public to bolster the security of their property, both residential and commercial. Corporal Kavon Wickham emphasized that eliminating opportunities for criminals is crucial when it comes to preventing property crimes.
Generally speaking, once an opportunity doesn't present itself, it makes it difficult for a crime to be committed or those persons to be successful in their criminal conduct. As it relates to the opportunity, there are a number of factors that would contribute to the opportunity. Those factors are what we call the vulnerabilities, basically, or the weaknesses within, the security system within that business or the home. The thing about it is, with the vulnerability, it establishes the vulnerability and the weakness, basically hand in hand, establishes the risk. With that risk being evident or in existence, it then basically creates that opportunity or cause the property to be a target.
Corporal Wickham said individuals can take several measures to protect their personal belongings, one of which is to avoid flaunting one's prized possessions in public spaces.
Persons basically brandish valuable items, be it cash, and for some reason, Grenadians like to, and later on you would realize his home was broken into. To be mindful as to environments in which we express certain things that we possess. We have to be mindful as to where we actually keep these things and, how we go about sharing information as to some of our valuables.
He noted that in preparation for Christmas, many Grenadians tend to remove their curtains before decorating their homes. However, this exposes their homes to prying eyes, making them vulnerable to burglary.
The people within the neighborhood are not necessarily the ones that will be breaking the neighbor's house. Right. So you're not safeguarding yourself necessarily against your neighbor, but you're safeguarding yourself against the intruders from outside communities. So the fact is, you're not actually just protecting yourself from persons within your community because you might say you drop your guard down because you live in a safe community. But what's about the persons from the outside who actually have no remorse for you because they have.
Reporting for GBN News, Beverly Telesford.
Other news, Kai Chen, a representative from the China National Resource Center, is in Grenada conducting a 2-week training course in bamboo development. The training is being held at the Lasajas Agriculture Extension Office in St. David and engages farmers, extension officers and assistants, designers, among others.
Kai Shen, an expert in bamboo products, said he intends to share his expertise with participants as he foresees a viable industry that can be derived from the creation of diverse items made from bamboo.
It really depends. Well, in China, I have to say, in China we have a saying that the teacher only show you the door. Then how far you can go depends on yourself. You know what I mean? So what we are doing in the next 2 weeks' time, we just demonstrate their basic cultivation method and the processing skills for bamboo. And but how much people can learn, how well they can learn, and what's the impact on their future career and future development, it really depends on themselves.
He said the increased utilization of bamboo will positively impact the environment and contribute to economic growth.
Because bamboo is regarded as a green and renewable and sustainable material. It is very versatile and it grows very fast, and also it is quite flexible. We can make it into many useful items and which can replace the wood material and also many cases the plastic material, which will be very beneficial to our environment conservation purpose. So let's say if we can develop the bamboo industry in certain area, it will have a significant impact in the social development, economic development, and environmental protection.
Kai Shen is keen to see participants gather as much knowledge as possible from the 2-week training exercise, which involves theoretical and practical sessions. Participants will utilize raw materials that are within close proximity and learn about the features of the plant and how it is propagated.
That's why we choose this site. And now, this afternoon, we have these opportunities to go to the bamboo growing area, just around this agriculture farm. There's a lot of bamboo resources, as I can see here and back there. They're everywhere almost. Then we are going to go there and first demonstrate what bamboo looks like when they are growing in the wild. What's their features? What's the height? What's the tall? How thick is the wall? And how we can manage them. If they are growing in the wild, what they look like. If we are doing the good management practice, what they will look like. So how by well manage the bamboo plantation area, we can get the most out of the bamboo forest. We can increase the production of the bamboo timber and also the bamboo shoots. Equally importantly, we want to demonstrate some method for bamboo propagation. This is a very standard practice back in China.
Christina John, GBN News.
An appeal against vandalism is the focus of this evening's GBN ISAW. Stay with us.
A good eye catches all. GBN ISAW is brought to you by Clear Vision.
A concerning video behind the lens of tonight's GBN ISAW. Informative plaques had been newly installed on the carnage in St. George. The plaques depict commemorative moments in Grenada's history from 1974, when it gained independence, to the present year. Sadly, people have begun vandalizing the plaques. Tonight's GBN ISAW is a clarion call for the perpetrators and others thinking about committing the same act to refrain from defacing the culturally rich plaques. We thank our citizen journalists for that submission. Send us your photo and video submissions via WhatsApp at 405-3052 or our other social media platforms.
Grenada, get ready! A new season of the Grenleg Debates is coming. Informative, impromptu, bright young minds sparking powerful ideas. The Grenleg Debates, September 2023. Tune in.
It's 14 minutes after 7 o'clock, and that's the time. Just quickly, let's see what's happening on the Facebook platform here. All right. What's about all... Okay. Good. Stop eating. All right. Francis Buckmeyer read this one. Spice Queen, stop eating those poor animals, especially monkeys. Our Grenadians demonstrating in front of the U.S. Embassy could augur catastrophic results for Grenada's relationship with the U.S. Arthur Langine, are you serious? Where did you grow up? Marva Morg, blessed morning. Spice Queen, dead serious. Grenada may born and grow. All right, I agree with you 100%. All right, Madison Phillip, so you're saying that people should not stand up for their belief in what they believe in, really? Arthur Langide, my brother, what's about all those lives that was lost in Grenada when America had invaded? Considering Grenada's history, so said Madison Phillip, considering Grenada's history with the U.S., who came to Grenada's rescue after the catastrophic results of the revolution in October, on October 19th, Grenadians should abort plans to protest in front of the U.S. Embassy. Grenada wants to be in everything. Be smart. Spice Queen says Grenadians need to stop eating all that Vienna sausage, salt ham, ramen, noodles. All those processed foods are not good. All right. And Jackson, what value are you talking about? My MP rather, Ron Redhead, you are doing an excellent job. Keep it up. So says Spice Queen. Madison Phillip, be smart. Why stand up in front of the U.S. Embassy to protest their relationship with Israel? Who protested when the U.S. invaded Grenada in 1983, when the Prime Minister and others were murdered and the nation was put under house arrest and 24-hour curfew? Hypocritical, isn't it? So says Madison Phillip. Sharon Bartholomew, Spice Queen, that too, but I do indulge in... Okay. Mildred Smith says, Mr. Gordon, good morning. Hope all is well. Wishing you a great and amazing weekend. But please, Say belated birthday wishes to Zamora Plenty for me. Zamora Plenty. Mildred Smith says belated happy birthday. All right. Okay. All right. While we await that conversation, I will engage your conversation. It seems it seems as though this issue with the Israel and Hamas or Palestine, that's a big issue for Grenadians as well. As you heard, there's a planned march coming up, and I'd just like to, or if there's anything else that's buzzing in your vicinity that you'd like to talk about, I'll entertain it. Good morning.
Good morning, in a sense. As one of the persons involved, part of the ad hoc committee, I'm not ashamed, I'm not afraid, even though I've already received threats. It's pathetic that a person can, within the realms of the law, practice his freedom. What is wrong about people advancing their concern about other human beings? There were people who were quick to go and demonstrate for Ukraine. I mean, when I listen to the childish, infantile behavior of our people, well, if you do so, this will happen. It sounds childish, one, and also it brings an embarrassment on us. Are we second-hand people? We don't have our own agency? Somebody made reference, to me yesterday, crazy, why is doing that? I have demonstrated worldwide. I've demonstrated in England, in Leeds. I've demonstrated in Brooklyn. From some sense, I know myself. I demonstrated on behalf of the Haitians way back in 1982. I mean, we had to wake up as people, as a people. We're still denying. I mean, the majority of us who are of African descent, we still denying whether we are African. We still think that the Haitian people are this and that. But, I mean, sometimes it's very, very embarrassing, the childish, second-landish, way that our people behave. And so, people should not feel pressure. They should not feel ashamed to go and voice their concern. Millions of people have done that from right across the spectrum. Jews, Christians, Muslims, atheists, everybody. Don't we have a sense of humanity? Where the Christianity that we're saying, where the godliness? We're seeing people being killed like animals. The leaders of Israel are calling those people animals. And come on, let's do something. Where's the conscience? Please. People, I urge you, the brave ones, let's go. And it's not a demonstration in front of the U.S. Embassy. We're going to deliver a letter of concern. There will be a march from Cameron Park to deliver the letter. And the letter is expected to be delivered to the British Embassy too, because these are the two main sponsors, the two main financiers of Israel, carnage in Palestine. Please, let us be, and it's interesting that even GBN have not done anything sound, and it's only what they're repeating what the BBC and CNN, and they've not tried to do their own program. They have done things in the past, for instance, when the U.S. was invading Iraq, at least they had programs on beyond the headline. They have other people, Grenadians, talking about it, for or against it. They don't even do that these days. So people are ignorant and using misconception about biblical stuff. That has nothing to do with Bible. It has everything to do with politics and history. Thank you very much.
Thank you, caller. 435-2041, that's the number to call. It's 20 minutes after 7 o'clock, and let's go back to the telephone line. Good morning.
Mr. Joseph, good morning, and how are you?
I am alive and thankful. Welcome to the program.
Thank you. Mr. Joseph, it is very unfair.
Your phone line has a problem?
God, sorry. It's unfair and unfortunate when people do not know what is going on to call a radio station and make certain remarks. Okay? Somebody calling every morning to talk about hospital and people who need material. Where you cock up in your house, then you can't move. So stop doing that. You don't know what you're talking about. Have a good day.
Thank you, caller. 21 minutes after 7 o'clock. That is the time. 435-2041. That is the number. Good morning.
Yes, good morning, Doc.
Morning. How you do?
Not too bad. How are you today?
I am alive and well.
All right. You have a good day. Now, sometime when I reflect, I does laugh. I'm wondering if we have the condition of our leaders' mind. When we have this situation, let me say this. I don't believe there is power in size of country. I believe there is power in the ability to represent your people. We are too afraid for quite a number of years to speak, and it is affecting us. Yeah? Why are we in the United Nations? If we are afraid to speak, we should not be in the United Nations. Yeah? All the Caribbean countries. We should be out of that. We have to make our voices heard as we represent our people. Yeah? Look at what is happening. The Kenyan government have now approved the deployment of soldiers to Haiti. Yeah? Backed, as the news say, international news, backed by the United Nations, financed by the United Nations. But take, for instance, we have in Sudan, Darfur, a situation that is a million times worse than what is in Haiti. Why couldn't they send the soldiers there? Why Haiti? Who created the problem in Haiti? Why are they afraid to solve the problem? I say France and the rest of the EU countries should send a permanent management there for as long as it takes, maybe 15, 20 years, to have this situation in Haiti rectified so they'll have a chance to put a good government in place. They are the ones who created the problem. They are the ones who have to solve it, not CARICOM. We does not have the ability. And I want to hear the voices of our leaders more permanent on international affairs.
Thank you. You too. Have a good weekend.
Bye-bye.
23 minutes after 7 o'clock. That is our time. 435-2041. Alison Cox Osborne says, really? Grenadians, why you all did not protest when Russia went into Ukraine and do the same thing? Let's go back to the phone line. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Mr. Joseph. Greetings.
Greetings. Welcome.
This is the morning I'd like to talk for half an hour, but I can't as well because concise and precise as possible.
All right, go right ahead.
The Palestine issue. I concur with the brother who spoke, penultimate caller. Let us not be mistaken, Grenadians. What is happening, what is proposed to occur on Monday morning before the Embassy of the United States is to hand a document over to them, the authorities there, to let them understand and to know and to understand that the people are, should I say, a part of the people of Grenada, a certain percentage, is in total disagreement with what they are financing, aiding, and abetting in Palestine. Now, this thing has its history, and that would take me back to the last part of my contributions, Mr. Joseph. You have to be careful on mornings when you're talking and saying things. What is happening in Palestine? Listen, man, I studied the SS, the Waffen SS, and the Wehrmacht. I talk here of the rise and fall of the Third Reich. I studied the leader, Adolf Hitler. This action that is taking place in Palestine today was never even so cruel as during the days of the pogroms, neither in Ledis nor in any other part of Poland nor Ukraine or wherever, done by the Nazis. This is 100 times more evil. Zionism is worse than Nazism. All fascists. The aim had hegemonic designs over the world. And we have to tell them as a people of the remaining part of this world that what they're doing is out of hand. What's wrong with that? If they want to blackmail us and continue to shut us down and to blockade and let them do it. They have right, they have power, let them do it. But that should not shut us up to tell them in a letter formally we are not in agreement that what is happening there. So I urge Grenadians, as the other brother did, to come out on Monday morning if you have some time, and let's march from Camahorn Park to the United States Embassy or whatever it's called in Lansapine, and to hand the document as long as they're willing. I take it that the brothers and sisters organizers will do the necessary things to guarantee that these people, at least in a peaceful fashion, this is no riot, this is no protest, no, it's a march where a certain procedure shall take place, and therefore invite Grenadians to do it. Small as we are, we're in the United Nations. Reference was born to that. Why is it we voted the United Nations? We voted against what was happening a couple of weeks ago. Why is it we can't continue to speak the ridiculous things what's being said about who protested for Grenada? Of course, the name of the woman doesn't come to me now. I didn't get a chance to research it. Something, Hannah something, the Palace PLO representative in the United Nations spoke loudly with Taylor, our representative, in 1983 when the United States invaded Grenada. What are you talking? If you don't know, hush your cut. It is time that Grenadians get to understand that what happens around the world affects us. And we are people in this here world, and we have a right to talk to Mr. Joseph finally. Be careful with the things you say on the morning. This morning, Mr. Joseph, you had a very interesting word, auger. Auguring well is to auger well is a very regular term used in the language. What is predicted for? The behavior of the government augurs well to a prosperous future, we can say that, Mr. Joseph. But what you get on with in the morning sometimes is not auguring well for the interest in the development of this country. You know, I think you should. When you said this morning that the activity in Palestine started for you on the morning of the 7th of October, sir, that statement is out of ignorance. This thing has its history of more than 100 years. As a matter of fact, on the 2nd of November, gone there, 106 years, or was it 106 years, 13 years? 1917 and the Balfour Declaration, you do not know about, you do not know what happened in 1948. Excuse me. 1967, 1973, coming straight on the road, 2006, 2008, 2009, 2014, Mr. Joseph. And what is happening now is a build-up too.
Now, it's referring to this current spate of violence, eh?
If you don't know, you don't know. Be careful with the things that you say, especially when you're not clear. I can't say much more, but all for now. Have a nice day.
You too, citizen. Have a good one. All right, good. Now, I was referring to this current spate of violence that, you know, started with the activities of October 7th. I know the history of the war with Israel and Palestine, but this current spate of violence that is going on is, you know, as a result of what happened on this, you know, this recent one. Yeah. Good morning, caller.
Hello.
Welcome to the program.
Okay. There's something. What goes on in Palestine and the so-called Israelis? They have a history. Now, you know that after the Allies defeated Hitler, the rest of Jews that was in concentration camp or maybe in prison was taken by the United States and England and all the powerful European countries and brought back to the Palestine land and developed a land called Israel. You understand? And these things were going on for long, because the thing about it, if you remember, in South Dakota was Wounded Knee, where the Europeans used to bring the Indians and put them on reservation. They used to put them on reservation down there. And at that time, what they did, they surround the Indian and them down there, and they put up Gatling guns and shoot down these people. What now? Over 200 million people were slaughtered by the European down there and developed the United States of America. A lot of Grenadians might know that, but the thing about it, these things happen. For information, if anybody wants to know, they must look for a book called Bury My Heart at Wounded Knee and try to read it, and you will see what went on. No, The Palestinians and then what they did, what they were doing is they won back their land. And not for hell, Israel will not give them back, supported by the United States and England and all the European countries. They will not give them back. And people use it and say, oh, thy God given land, the land of Israel. God never gave Israel no land. Israel was the children of Jacob. And the thing about it, people using the Bible to verify that, and that is not true. You're misleading the people by telling them Israel is a land that God gave these Jews and call it the land of Israel. But it's not true. It is not true. Everybody knows it is not true. If in 1948, remember in 1948, Israel was really developed and armed by the United States and England and these big countries. And called Israel, but they are not Israelites, they are Israelis. And let me leave it at that.
Thank you, caller. Thank you very much. Folks, it's 27 minutes on to 8 o'clock. Let's take a commercial break. We'll be back after this.
Bring out the ham, bring out the lights, share the joy. It's time for Carols by Candlelight, the Rotary Club of Grenada's annual family fundraiser event on Sunday, 3rd December 2023 at Quarantine Point Recreational Park. Featuring 3 grand concerts with top artists and performers, including appearance from international guest artist Marcia Miranda. See the enchanting Monica Benoit Christmas Park. 1,000 gifts giveaway for the kids. Santa, local and international foods, wine lounge, fully stocked bar and kids lounge, family movies, holiday boutique store, fireworks display, and so much more. Get your tickets now. $10 for children, $45 regular, and more at the door. Tickets are available online at gotofed.com, Grenadian Optical St. George, and Spiceland Mall, Gittins Drug Mart, or from any Rotarian. Get ready for Carols by Candlelight, Sunday, 3rd December, 4 p.m. until midnight. Follow on Facebook and Instagram for updates.
Hello everyone, here is an invitation to join me this and every Sunday until December 17th on GBN Television and K105 FM from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. for Yuletide Sundays. Great music, gifts, and all the wonderful things of Christmas. Yuletide Sundays comes to you compliments Hubbard's, quality service, affordable prices, Grenville Credit Union, Gittins Healthcare, and Clear Vision Eye Center.
My name is Dwayne Thompson, co-owner and founder of Grenada Tours, Taxi and Rental. We provide transportation tours in the field of tourism. Being in the field of tourism, the pandemic have taught us that we need all the help we can get, which the NIF has been very helpful in doing so. But as a small business owner, we are even more excited right now with the new initiative that the NIF have launched, providing a little bit more flexibility for small businesses like ourselves. So we definitely encourage all of the small business to consider getting on board with the NIF and this new initiative that allows the level of flexibility that they have implemented.
You want to get an insight into your life? Are you willing to find astrological solutions? Master Shivrudra, the world's best psychic and spiritual healer with competency in other services too. He has guided many people who are going through a situation to find solutions to their problems and use astrological remedies for positivity. He provides services to get your ex-love back, negative energy removal, family problem solutions, health problem, and many more.
He located at Grenada CT, George's. Call him or WhatsApp +1 for 735375939.
Welcome back, viewers and listeners to the program. Let's go back to the telephone line. Good morning, caller.
Morning, Innocent. Innocent, I'm living in Grenada, and I could boast myself because I worked, both of us worked in one of the most top banks in the world, you know that, and we are properly trained, and international bank, the top bank in the world. And when I make comments, I make them in good spirit. I live in my country, and it's incumbent of me if I see they're doing foolishness, because the amount of foolishness that's going on, I lose count. I have the right to talk about it, because if a government does wrong, they're going to end up on the next side. So it's important that we don't defend them and say something that is wrong in order to correct them. But the person that, every time I'm on this radio station, the person called my house and cuss and say, I know who your name is Merlin, don't call my house. But this is not what I want to talk about right now. The situation with Marybo Hospital, right? I heard one or two people talk about it, and where it is alleged that when it rains, it's affecting the children's ward in the Marybo Hospital, and they have to put a pan to catch it. I think one of the union people alleges that the health situation now in Grenada is worse than was under the Keith Mitchell administration. Worse. Then there was an item on GBN where some notice was posted on top. The Marybo Hospital, I don't know what to say, only for accidents and emergency or whatever the case is said. Apparently it is alleged when they call the minister says something, he put them onto the next person put them onto the next person, and it was about 3 people. That is what, to the best of my knowledge, came on GBN. This is a matter to do with health. So I have the right to talk about it, because I personally don't really go to the general hospital, but I may end up there because I go to St. Augustine. The bank has provided me with insurance because I'm a retiree, so I am covered. So I don't usually go to St. Augustine, to the hospital. I go to the private clinic, but I may one day end up there, or my family will end up there. So I have the right to say these things so that the government could do better. It's not that I mean it in any bad way, because remember, the government say that they're giving health as a priority, building new hospital and all this kind of thing, right? I wouldn't go into that, right? But if you're given health, you're starting to build a hospital, you give health as a priority, then all I'm saying is simple. Give Marybo Hospital the priority, and probably what you need to do, instead of every minute running up and down, traveling with nothing to show for it, nothing to come back with, no press conference, maybe sit down and see, and I say this is no disrespect, sit down and see what's happening in your country, see what's happening, and attend to the hospital in Marybo, because the people in Grenville are talking about it. It was on GBN. So I make these remarks not in a derogatory manner or mean to anything. And yesterday I did not call anybody's name. If you see, people have to listen to what I say, in what context I say things. All I'm saying, I have zero tolerance for any hot and sweaty, Johnny-come-lately, opportunist, idiots who embarrass me. I didn't call anybody's name. So who the cap fits, wear it. Okay. But people must be able to express their opinion respectfully and see things that are not right in the country. To talk about it doesn't have to mean you have to hate the government. When I was in NNP time, they tell me, when I talk about some things that Keith Mitchell do, I hate Keith Mitchell. Well, I hate Morris Bishop. Now I hate Deacon Mitchell. Everything that people say you have to hate. You don't have to hate people to talk about something that's affecting you, like health. How could I sit down here in my conscience? Because I get into 2 pensions, I'm pretty well off, right? I'm comfortable. And how could I sit down here and see and hear that children are getting wet in the hospital in Marybo? That is allegations. You have to move the children, move the people, the roof leaking, and not talk about it. I have to talk about it. Okay. Right.
All right, thank you, caller. Thank you very much. Okay. All right. 435-2041. This morning is interesting, man. Good morning, caller.
Morning, Mr. Joseph. How are you doing, sir?
Not bad at all, and you?
I did. This morning, I am calling to give flowers. Right? I'm calling to give flowers. As a matter of fact, I started listening to GBN on mornings sometime back because of Mr. Rollo. I used to would have quite a lot. And it is his teaching, his edifying the nation that got me before I would have to check and see, did I do it? Was it done? Or you know. So I want to this morning give him his flowers. I wished when he said he would take the half an hour that he took the half an hour. I wish he did. I know there are lots of people who may not like his style and so, but you cannot ignore the fact that he is well versed. He knows what he is speaking of. And I believe if we would just listen to him objectively, we will be in a much, much better place. So, Mr. Rollo, thank you so very much for the contributions you continue to make. And, sir, I really wish this morning you had gone ahead and taken the half an hour. I'm not sure if Mr. Joseph would have allowed it.
You never could tell. You never could tell.
I don't know, but I want to give him his flowers. You know, it's after people leave, they die, and so you have these long speeches in the church. But I know how his contributions have affected me positively, and I just want him to know that. So thank you very much, sir. I do have a good. And I'm still waiting on that call from you.
I'm double checking the schedule, but don't worry. A lot of folks, you know, I mean, I look at some of the comments on the Facebook page, and you know, I have no problems with Mr. Rollo. Mr. Rollo doesn't have any problem. We don't have any problems. A lot of people seem to have a problem with his tone. You know, his tone of voice, but that's fine. You know,
well,
I mean,
when he made the contribution about the Renwick,
yes,
or whatever, whichever way, he had me for the entire day, double checking all those words and ensuring that when I speak that I get it right. And you know, this gentleman is a powerhouse of knowledge.
Yeah, definitely.
And Mr. Rollo, thank you so very much. Continue, please. Thank you, sir.
Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Continue, please. Thank you, sir.
Have a good one. Bye-bye. 435-2041. That's the number to call. Let's go back to the good morning caller.
Morning, Jason. Morning, my boy innocent. How are you doing?
I am good. How about you?
I been hanging in there in the name of the Lord. So this morning I want to talk about what's going on in Grenada. The government we have now, he should meet the people too. Go around and see what the people need. Now his budget is to be reading anytime soon, and he must see what people need the most fortunate and neediest people to help them in a quick time. Because lots of people are waiting on the other government, but when this one comes in, everything fall back. So now it renew. So the government, please take your colleagues, go around the whole country of Grenada, meet the people too. We used to have that before. Let the people see you in person. Let them explain their needs to you. And before you read it, but you'll know who you have to give, what you have to give them, and the neediest people in the world. We need a lot of people in Grenada need to help, you know. A lot of people need help. Some people don't have nowhere to put it when the time comes. You know what I'm talking about. They don't have a bathroom, they don't have a toilet, they have nothing. Nobody coming around saying anything. You can't call an office and talk anything. The government before the office, you call the secretary, they're talking to you, they could tell you something, give you a day to talk. But now we have no one to call to. When you call in one, they have the landline, then we have landline, they might have phone line that you can't talk to them because you have to pay for your call. So I find that the government is go around, meeting the people, let them see him face to face and explain the needs to him, that he will know what he's doing. When you read the budget, he will know what the people need and who need most and who need it now. And for him to keep doing what he has to do in the right way. And people always love. You know, when you have a government doing things for you, you want them there all the time.
Okay.
Like the one we had the first time, we want him all the time. They have him there for many years. Now he gone, now we have one day. And if we want to remain there for all the years, meet the people. Let them explain their needs to him so you can see what they need when you're reading his budget.
Okay. Thank you, caller. Thank you very much. It's 14 minutes on to 8 o'clock, and never a dull moment in Grenada. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, sir.
Welcome to the program.
And how are you?
I am alive and thankful. How about you?
Not too bad. I mean, I don't normally call programs and criticize. I'm not critic. But when this woman that just spoke, I wonder where she living. When she talking about you should have meet the people too. So since Uncle Gary days, this new government have a place where everybody could come and visit. The people don't walk around all the time. And let me tell you, I am not political. I care about country. And if something is fair, you should say it is fair. In the last government, you know, sometimes you just can't find words to describe what you want to say, but we just don't really think as a people. Okay. Meet the people too. Tell her go back to Uncle Gary days and we go have meet the people too. Thank you, my brother.
Have a good one. Thank you. 435-2041. This woman sit down in she house. Have she ever been to the children's ward? And woman, maybe you're deaf because plenty comes much more than you NNP when we ministers travel. You hit the young people. Go relax with grandpa because you're house bound. Ah boy, ah boy. Good morning, caller. Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to the program.
Thank you, sir. I just want to congratulate Mr. Rolo because I too am learning quite a bit from him with the Gaza and Israel problem down there. Mr. Rolo, I have a daughter that loves you so much. She thinks you is a celebrity. There is a word. She says to me, Mom, nobody in Grenada has not pronounced this word right. I can't remember the word now. But she says one morning she heard Mr. Rolo speaking and pronounced that word, and that child couldn't believe it. She says, Mom, Mr. Rolo is the only person that pronounced this word right. So, Mr. Rolo, you have my daughter that loves you so much, and she thinks you is a celebrity. You had enter her business place one day, and that child called me, and she says, Mom, guess who I meet come in my office this morning? Mr. Rolo. And that child was so excited. Mr. Rolo, God bless you.
Thank you, caller. Thank you very much. 11 minutes on to 8 o'clock. Let's go back to the telephone line. Good morning, caller.
Hello.
Welcome to the program.
Mr. Innocent.
Good morning.
My innocence. You know, people generally don't like people that are talking the truth. I want to say I include you too, but I'll take back that. Now, throughout the years, I have had Mr. Rolo as one of the best educators in Grenada. And what I was afraid to say it, because maybe they may never hear me on the air again. So I'm glad people are calling and say how good he is. I have an opinion too, because he educates us. I would say me more. I don't know about you, but some people, even as you say, I myself try to tell people through your medium the right things, and most people would say, whether they meet me or even on the air, I can't tell you, you don't say it often, but people have a tendency to say, what do this man? And maybe telling lies, as one would say. He attacked me on the same medium the other day, but I'm not vexed with him. I would say, please forgive him, he knows not what he is saying. And a lot of people say things that they do not have knowledge about. They just hear something and they spill it out. But you must look into what you have to say before you say it. In other words, as you know, because you said you are a teacher, there is something you say, you should look through the deeds of introspection. Look into yourself first. And don't, when I say you, I don't mean you personally, into one's self. And then you'll be able to criticize. Criticism has both negative as well as positive. But what is happening? Most people criticize and they do not have the facts. They take second-hand knowledge second-hand information and they build it up around either to get some favor or to get some merit. Thank you. I could still say more, but
Thank you.
It up.
Thank you, caller. Thank you very much.
Around either to get some favor or to get some merit.
Okay, tell you what we do. We take our final commercial break in the segment and we come back with the wrap. Don't you go anywhere.
A Touch of Class, presented by Regan Mendez and friends. The music, the magic, a full choir, together with musicians, singers, dancers, and band, presenting a classical treat at the Gateway Center, Point Salim, on November the 19th at 7:30 p.m. A Touch of Class awaits you. Indulge in the classics from Carmen, Phantom of the Opera, and more. A musical evening filled with passion and excitement. A Touch of Class. Tickets are available at Go to Fet and Grenadian Optical for only $75. A Touch of Class.
With ever-rising energy costs, Southern Electrical can provide you with affordable, complete solar systems for your home or business. Reduce your utility bill to zero. Have power independence. Go green by harnessing the free energy that sunlight provides in our warm, sunny, tropical climate. We supply off-grid solar systems which are great for remote areas without utility power, as well as grid-tied and hybrid systems. We can customize your system to your needs, ranging from 1.5 kilowatts to 1 megawatt systems. Start saving today so that you can have extra money to go on family vacations, do home renovations, or further invest in renewable energy to generate electricity for income.
Hi, good day. My name is Kyle Sylvester. I am the manager and founder of Case Farming Enterprise. We're an agro-processing business that are involved in the processing of agricultural goods, where we do bottle seasoning packs, lettuce, kale, and broccoli. Sometimes we as human beings get sick or injured on the job. NS provides a safety net for us. I am here to encourage other entrepreneurs and self-employed persons to sign up under the NIS Self-Employment Program.
Welcome back, viewers and listeners. It's time for the wrap, 5 minutes away from 8 o'clock. And you can still call me, 435-2041. We have a caller on the line. Good morning, caller.
Morning, Dr. Innocent. How are you?
I am alive and thankful. And
give you a new post now.
Nah, don't worry about that.
Because these ministers getting a lot of posts. Some small fellas must big up them.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, what do I want to talk about? You see, I think bashing each other as callers on that station, it don't make sense. You just listen and think. The guy that's just talking about the lady about Uncle Gary, what I think is all leaders in the past and all generation in the past made contribution to bring Grenada where it is today, right? So I don't think that we all human beings, man, they have a good side and a bad side. So what I think is from this gentleman, maybe the generation he may not know, but this same thing what he talking about meet the people too. This is an area of where they used to get to do things. People want to go in the village and meet the people and talk. All whole village post office around Grenada came into Gary time for me, the people to all the medical station in the village and them. This is for me, the people too. This thing great. All village steel band for me, the people too. All cultural, young cultural group come up from me, the people too. So his generation does not know what a generation did because of history. They don't study history, but they all making contribution. A lot of us that have lands and houses in different areas is from because of this seat me the people do. When me the people do, when Uncle Gary said, land for the landless. And he mentioned it, the reason why he said, in the Bible said there had to be a promised land for the people. So he said he owns his land for the landless. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, caller. I want to say good morning to a good friend of mine who I haven't seen or heard in a while, Mr. Jude Bernard. Good morning. How are you doing, Papi? You're okay? Let me know that you're fine, all right? All right, let me take a couple of the comments on our WhatsApp platform. It says, good morning. Where are the traffic wardens in Sates when school is over or on mornings? All right, so the folks at the Sates police station, you need to check up on that. Mr. Joseph, I agree with the caller about meeting with the people. When one calls the ministers, they are too busy to answer phones. The same 24 hours we had before election. When they will take your call is the same time now, and the word from them is prioritize. Let's go back to the telephone line. Good morning, caller.
Hey, morning. How are you doing?
I'm good. You need to speak up.
Thank you very much for taking my call. Anyway, well, I want to support Mr. Rolo as always. I've always been doing so. And when they try to have the referendum and whatnot, he was very instrumental and done a very good job. And there are others. I also want to say that the idea, well, a caller just talked about bashing people. But he should be the first example to stop bashing people on another radio station every day. In particular, all the government ministers and what. He should take that example. So he should speak, well, he has just spoken on his own self. Stop the idea of calling and criticizing the government. They are just in office for a few months. And what else? The past government was there for years and they didn't do anything much. They did. I wouldn't say they didn't do. I mean, every other government that's passed has done the same, little or probably whatever it is. So one should take that page from words that he has just spoken. Stop bashing ministers of government on a daily basis on another radio station. Thank you very much.
Thank you, caller. And this is where we got to pull it, but before I go, I've got to read this. Good morning, Innocent. Good morning to your listeners. Can you help me out? I'm puzzled. What is the government's role? What have we become accustomed to? Is government to give out handouts to individuals to the extent that we want handouts placed in the budget? Oh gosh, Grenadians. Let's see the bigger picture. Grenada has suffered long and hard. There is much to repair, but eventually we will benefit. Folks, that's as far as I can carry you with the program this morning. I look forward to another engagement on Monday, if the good Lord spare our lives. Thank you very much for your contribution. There's someone that is saying, GBN have a habit of ignoring certain comments when it's involved the opposition leader. I realized that a long time ago because I made a few and I've been seeing that. Well, I know how that happening, but nonetheless, thank you very much for your contributions. Have yourself a safe weekend. Be good. Find yourself somewhere, whether it's today, tomorrow, or Sunday. Find yourself in a church if you have the time. Congregate. You ain't going for anything else but just the congregation and that connection. Have yourselves a great weekend. I love you. Bye-bye.